What's up, everyone? I'm C.L. Connolly. I'm the horror author of the Affair series and Friendly Misfortunes. I've also got two more that are in the editing stages. You can check out all of my books at my website, which will be linked down below. And let's get into the video. So today I'm talking about, okay, everybody's ready for 2020 to end. I can just feel it already. Everybody's ready for 2020 to end. So, because it's September, in September, I always move on and start getting my planner ready for the next year. So, I'm already starting to plan for 2021, and I've already got my planner set up. Now, I format my own. Starting in June, I start formatting my own planner to find out what actually works for me. So, I've got everything that works for me, and that's just how this works. I have it formatted specifically to fit my needs because the ones you buy at the store are so kind of, cookie cutter. And I don't want to deal with that. I want something that works for me and my needs. And every year it seems to change because every year something else goes, So for 2021, I've got a new type of format. So I'm going to go through that with you today. So first, I am going to show you, okay, so I like doing these little crafty things. Okay, my mom taught me to crochet when I was 8. She does blankets. I've never been able to get that far. For some reason, they always turn into a pyramid, but I've always been able to do like these smaller things. And I actually kind of like being, doing these little crafty things and stuff like that. And it is soft and everything else. And I love the little imperfections that I leave in certain things. And the only reason why is because nobody's perfect. So having an imperfection in something makes it seem more real, if that makes sense. So I like having imperfections, and I like that anytime I make myself something, if it's not perfect, it's okay, because that little imperfection gives it personality. And that's how I see people as well. People aren't perfect. So these little imperfections and stuff like that, it's just their personality. So, it's just better things that way. But I mean, it came out as good as it could, and it's nice to hold. And so with my planner, what I did, no, we're gonna move on from that. With my planner, what I did is I printed it on sticky paper because I wanted it on like a stiff paper, but I didn't want to put it on a cardstock because then cardstock's hard to fold. Plus, I format things in a specific way and I need it to stay that way, and that's why I did that. So I printed it on this sticky paper, and then I just took some regular printer paper. I do have a pocket. I got a pocket here, and I got a pocket in the back, but the pocket in the back holds it in. So I took regular printer paper and folded it in like to these separate little books. Like now it's got this little spine on it. But I printed it on these separate books, and then I just stuck the sticker paper to it. Like this is the cover. I cut the cover in half, so it's got the front cover here and then the back cover, but it's inside that back pocket. The back cover is just plain. The front cover did only have just this 2021 here, and then what I did was I added these stickers, just for fun effect, And I do plan with stickers, so I do have that. Now, the first page is all of my personal information, but I can show you like this one here. So I've got my weight goal. And then down here, I've got like monthly notes. So every month, what I do is I just weigh, and then I can go in here and put plus or minus. And then these are just monthly notes. If something happens specifically like with my kidneys and stuff like that, because I have to get my blood drawn every month. So I can figure out what my kidney number is every month. And then this other one is like personal information, my doctor information, my emergency contact, stuff like that. And then every month has one of these pages. So I can give an overview. Like if I have something going on that month, I can write it down without actually putting it on the month. Because like this year when I completely pre-planned for all of my conventions, and then they just kept getting moved. So no more pre-planning for that. I'm just going to put it in my overview. And then when it comes up, if it's still there, then I can be like, cool, now I can add it onto my calendar. So this was my preemptive because I've never had one of these before. So this is my preemptive, or I've never formatted it like this before. So this is my preemptive in order to, if it's still there, we're good. I can add it And then of course I've got bills and stuff like that I've got added in here. Um, and that's specifically, set up that way. And then this is my first week. My first week is always the same because my sister-in-law's birthday is this day, my sister's birthday is this day. So I always go to my parents' house this day, and I always go to my sister-in-law's house this day. And so those two are exactly the same. So the rest of the week is basically my first week of the year because I'll always start on that Monday just before New Year's, or if it is New Year's. But I'll start on Monday my new series or my new book or whatever. Because, like, this year I started Killer Suburbia on Monday right before New Year's, which was on a Wednesday. So I started writing it that day. And then this is what a plain week looks like. I was basically making sure that the stickers that I have will actually fit in this, and they do, and it's great. That sun always makes it a little too white. But this is what a plain week looks like. I do have a log down here to check my blood pressure because I have to check it every morning and night. And you can see the sleeping guy moving. And then I've got my grocery list. And then my husband and I, we watch TV shows on DVD because we don't have TV series. So we have to make sure that we know which season and which disc we're on. And he likes the fact that I keep track of that because it just makes it easier on us than having to go, where were we? And then down here is basically my weekly fitness goal. So I'll have my weekly weight, which will be on Monday, and then my cardio. And then, hold on, I'm gonna over here on the monthly, I do have my workout, so I can put in here on my my cardio and stuff like that. So I know exactly what I'm doing. And for that week, if the cardio has to change for some reason, because this is like my monthly goal, and then my weekly goal will be something completely different. So if something changes, because there are some mornings when I get up and I literally cannot move because my back hurts. This is for writing. This is the book that I'm reading. And then this is just, whatever for me, because I now have to make sure to take time off to enjoy the little things, and I am gonna do it. So every month, I do have like a little setup, I guess you could say, for every month. The only thing I don't have set up is like that sidebar thing, because I want to make sure for January that it actually works before I start throwing it in on all the other months. So I want to make sure it actually works in January. And then if it does, then I won't have to, change anything from there. And I won't try it now. Like, I'm not going to try it for this year because I specifically have it set up for this one, and because I tried to pre-plan everything in 2020, and some of that stuff did not work, which means my sidebar was not getting used. So I want to make sure that if it's not working, then what I can do is I can change it and make it to something that works, and I can do that for each month as it goes on. But I do have like birthdays and stuff like that all set up. And that's my wedding anniversary. And then I've got all the bills and everything. And then, of course, my trifexas for my dogs. And then I've got the paydays all set up. So I have that. And then in the back, I also have formatted. Ooh. Okay, so in the back, I have future dates. So this is for when I find out when, like, for 2022, when the conventions are and stuff like that. I can write that down and already have that ready so that I can plan for 2022. And I'll have that already written down. I didn't have one of these for 2020, where I really wish I did, because at this point now I'm using a random piece of paper that is just stuck in my planner that has the future dates for the conventions and stuff like that. So I liked this idea, and I have realized that the 3 conventions that I actually do are 3 months apart. So I've got the one in February, and then you've got March, April, and May, and then it's in June, and then you've got July, August, and September, and then the next one's in October. And then if you think about it, then you've got November, December, and January, and then the next one's in February, so it's going to keep going that way. I am limited to 3 conventions, my husband says at this point. I may do more later, but I think right now, with only having 4, moving on to possibly 6 books published, it's not advisable to do any more than 3 at this point. which is fine. I'm okay with doing 3 because I have, monthly blood tests that have to be done. So, and then over here, I've got a password log. So I've got what website or app generally, and then the username and the password. I was going to have it typed in and then print it out that way, but I have to go somewhere else to have this printed right now because I don't have a printer in my RV. I will have a printer at the house. So next year, in 2021, when I'm printing my 2022 planner, then I can have my passwords all typed up because it'll already, I will be able to print it myself. But I don't want somebody else to have a hold of my passwords. You know what I mean? So I figure I'll just write them in, no big deal. And then this one here is our TV lineup. Some of the TV shows, we've got, okay, that's the last page. I'm just going to put this down. So we've got Criminal Minds, CSI Miami, stuff like that. Things that have 10 seasons or more. Those will last about a year to a year and a half because you watch one disc per night. And sometimes if my husband works late, we'll only watch half the disc, and then the next day we'll move on to the next disc, which is fine. Or we'll move on to the other half. But some of them only have 2 discs per season, and it's 6 seasons. So it's only 2 months, 3 months, something like that, depending, because you have to think about one disc is 1 week. And we were trying to do it like a TV lineup thing when I first started doing this, where it was 1 episode of a 1-hour show and then 2 episodes of a half-hour show type of thing. But the problem was having to get up and change the disc every single time the show was over. And then sometimes it was okay, now what do we do? Because there's no commercials. So if we start it, let's say my husband comes home early and we started at 6. Well, there's no commercials. It's just over. Now what? So we started doing just the whole disc. So we'll get through quite a few episodes in one night. So that's a good thing. But yeah, that's just how we watch TV because we don't really want to pay for TV service. But anyway, so, and I also wanted to say something about the cover. Okay, so this is, let me show you this. So this is my planner for 2020. Okay, I thought I was being cute. I bought the cover separately, and then I've got the, the inside pages. I wanted to do hourly, blah, blah. Yeah, no, hourly did not work. This was way too much, and no. As you can see, that's empty, and it's in the middle of the month. I don't even know what month that was, because some of these are, I don't know. Anyway, it's before September, and it's blank. So, anyway, so I thought I was going to be cute, and I got this and everything. Now, of course, you can see the cover got a little dirty, but, no big deal. It's also got its own little personality down here because the corners were starting to peel, and that's fine. None of that bothers me. I don't see my 2019. Okay, I do see my 2019, but it's got stuff on top of it, so I'm not going to worry about. But anyway, so this served its purpose in the beginning of the year. But once Corona hit, it was yeah, kind of pointless at that point. I was let's see what I can do. But then when June hit and I started having all these medical, appointments and everything else, now I was now I've really got to fix it. So I literally changed my planner setup 4 times before I got this one. Because every time I went to a different medical appointment, something changed. So I was okay. So then I'd have to change it again. And now something else has changed, but I'm still able to, I have to remember to take my medications. Which is fine. That I don't mind. That's just a little extra sticker that's on every single weekly thing, the little sheets that I use, that I just have to add now, which is fine. I just never used them before because I never had anything that I needed to keep marking every single day. But I've always had this weird thing where my planner makes me feel better. And there are times where legitimately when I'm having a lot of anxiety, I like to hug it. And yes, I do that with this. And I will sit there and watch TV like this. just holding it. It makes me feel better. I don't know. It's weird, but it's something that I do. It makes me feel better and I like it. You know, small children have blankets. I had a blanket as a child too. I don't know where it is, but I know I had one. Hell do I need it for now? I don't know. Anyway, I have my planner. It makes me feel like the world is not in chaos. And it makes me feel better. So I can hold this one. And it's soft and it's lovely and it's cushy and it feels like a pillow and I can hug it. That just made me sound like a really weird creeper. But anyway, my main thing is find something that you enjoy. Planning is something that I enjoy. Live life every day the way that makes you happy. Don't go through life miserable. There's never any reason to go through life miserable. There are people in my life that I have legitimately just said, poof, you're gone. Because they're so miserable and they want to take it out on me. And I don't like it. I don't want to deal with this. I got my own issues to deal with. I don't want to deal with yours. So the best way to live life is live happy and take every day with a, just take every day. I don't want to say with a grain of salt because that just seems like, you're just kind of going through life, I don't know. Anyway, just be positive. Life's short. Can be. It just seems like it drags on, especially with this stupid virus. It just seems like it keeps dragging. But life should be an enjoyable experience, not a miserable experience. Do something that makes you happy and do something that you can enjoy. This makes me happy. I enjoy doing this. This makes me happy. I enjoy doing this. My husband makes me happy. I enjoy doing that. Don't worry, my channel's marked not for children, so it's okay. Anyway, so that's basically it. Just website's linked down below, and I'll see you guys next week. Okay, bye.